Hi, this is Mama Sweet Baby. We've got some great ideas for a holiday unit study, just perfect for your gifted kid. First up, did you know that Santa had his very own day to make his naughty or nice list? Take a trip with your kids on Las Posadas and learn all about Mary and Joseph's migration.
Walking and singing Christmas songs. Posadas are a Mexican tradition. Groups reenacting the biblical story of Mary and Joseph's journey in search of shelter in Bethlehem.
They were looking for a place to stay, but there was a big influx of immigrants and nobody could receive them.
During these nightly posadas leading up to Christmas, the Melendez family visits a series of homes asking for shelter. Os pido posada. People inside sing back, saying they don't have room.
The melody is really beautiful, but if you listen to the lyrics, they're harsh. I'm telling them that they don't have a place for them to stay and to go away, to let them sleep, and if they don't leave, they're even gonna beat them.
The last house the group arrives at finally welcomes them in. After a prayer, a party begins.
Finally, people receive them in their hearts, and that's why there's a big celebration that includes the piñata.
One of the most recognizable symbols in a posada is the piñata. The traditional posada piñata features 7 points representing the 7 deadly sins.
The bright colors are supposed to represent temptation, because the piñata itself is supposed to represent evil. So the colors are used to hide the evil.
Olga's Piñatas, who sells dozens during this time of year, says participants are usually blindfolded.
Well, the blindfold is supposed to represent your faith.
The stick represents virtue.
Like you want to overcome the evil, so by hitting it, you're breaking the evil and destroying it.
Oh, it's so beautiful to know that we're passing on the tradition to the children, but then also that we're celebrating and that we're joyful, because a lot of times we don't have time for that anymore. We're so busy working and running from one place to the other.
Now come along to see the Jewish Festival of Lights, Hanukkah.
Since Hanukkah tends to fall right around Christmas, a lot of people think that it's the Jewish equivalent of Christmas. And it is a holiday with rituals and traditions, but it's actually not Jewish Christmas. Christmas celebrates Jesus being born in a manger, and because Christians believe that Jesus is the Son of God, it's a huge deal. It's the basis for redemption and salvation for millions of Christians all over the world. Hanukkah is about a group of Jews called the Maccabees defeating the Seleucid army in the 2nd century BCE, and it's detailed in the Apocrypha, not the Old Testament. It's also about a miracle where this oil that was supposed to last for 1 day lasted 8 days, and it's about defeating oppression and religious freedom and believing that what you believe in is worth your life. That's Hanukkah. It's not Jewish Christmas.
Celebrated for centuries by many religions, especially the Wiccans and pagans, let's talk about winter solstice. Heard about Boxing Day but didn't actually know what it was? Help your kids learn about what charity looked like in the Middle Ages. Habaragani, we celebrate Kwanzaa on December 26th through January 1st.
Kwanzaa is a celebration of African American culture and heritage that starts on December 26th. It lasts until January 1st, and each of the 7 days is dedicated to a different principle that can help shape a community. Things such as creativity, faith, unity, and cooperation. People talk about the principles while gathering around a table decorated with fruits, corn, and other crops. They light red, black, and green candles. Sometimes people drum or play music. On the 6th day, there's a feast, and on the 7th day, people exchange gifts. Presents to children are supposed to include books and symbols of African heritage. Kwanzaa was first celebrated in 1966, so it's pretty new, but it's based on ancient African harvest festivals. The creators of the holiday encouraged African Americans to think about the culture they have in common and to use it to keep their families and communities strong. And that's Kwanzaa.
If you live in Japan, it's all about the new year.
So first things first, we have to decorate our apartment with a beautiful bouquet of Japanese flowers. We also display a kagami mochi, which is 2 mounds of mochi on top of each other with a tangerine on top. Okay, so let me show you the entrance. It's decorated with a shimekazuri and kadomatsu on either side of the door. This is also a very traditional New Year's decoration. And here we are at the supermarket to buy some last-minute ingredients for our osechi ryori and all that kind of good stuff that we have to prepare before the year's end. So it took us about 2 days to make this feast, but we think it turned out pretty good. Finally, we eat a bowl of soba before the year's end. At 11 p.m., it's time to leave to the temple.
Happy New Year!
Did you find these unit study ideas helpful? Feel free, follow along with Mama Sweet Baby for more ideas like these.